I've been thinking a lot about this movie lately. Not that I'd ever go see it or anything like that, but just realizing and listening to other people talk about it as well, just how of how in the world did this fail so catastrophically as it did? Like, you've got a continuation, okay? Another addition into the Toy Story franchise. And in Lightyear, this is. I haven't mentioned the film yet, but you have Lightyear here, and it failed so tremendously. And depending on what the numbers look like over the weekend, okay, like, it should be set to lose hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, this is a catastrophic failure, and it never should have been, okay? It's like, it just really drives home that, think of it whatever you will, okay? Parents didn't like it. Who knows how much they knew about what Chris Evans had to say, okay? I just didn't like the marketing of it, okay? I didn't give a fuck. I didn't really know anything when it came to the lesbian kiss that's in it. And oh my god, how progressive that would be. That might have pissed me off if I cared that much about it, but even still, if it just works in naturally, that's fine, okay? But still, it's for children, so don't really know. But knowing Disney's overarching agenda, that probably killed it for a lot of parents that are out there. But even still, I didn't even like, the poster, okay? Like, I like a bunch of different movie posters. I got a couple of them behind me, okay, that I like and I reference constantly. The Skyfall one is not even my favorite movie, okay, from that era of James Bond. Obviously, everybody likes Casino Royale, and then it just kind of tapers off after that. But The Godfather, that's like a very iconic poster. You take a look at the Lightyear poster, though, in contrast with just, like, if I say the Toy Story poster, you guys all know, okay, there's Buzz and Woody and a blue background, okay, and they're just kind of flying through the air. Everybody has that poster in mind. You think of the Lightyear poster that's out there? Why the fuck does Buzz Lightyear have a cat? He's supposed to be fighting the Lord, or Zurg, okay, I was going to say Lord Zed because Power Rangers, but no, he's supposed to be fighting Zurg in space. What the fuck does the cat work into this? That makes no goddamn sense. They were just, at least from my perspective, okay, looking at that poster, it's like they're bitching up Buzz Lightyear. And then knowing it's this soy cuck who's going to be voicing him, when Tim Allen is still around, okay? He's the iconic voice of Buzz Lightyear, okay? Like it or not, okay? Tim Allen is a very engaged voice actor, okay? Chris Evans, okay? He just has a basic bitch voice. Like, there's nothing engaging about it. Sure, he might be great in this film. I'm never going to fucking see it, okay? At least as long as I have a say about it. But there's just nothing unique about him, okay? He might be a great voice actor. I just haven't heard any delivery that would really lend credibility to the thought that he's going to have some sort of a voice acting career after this. Well, you take a look at the way that Lightyear's performing, and unless Disney and Hollywood at large just kind of writes this off as a massive fucking failure, they'll figure out a bunch of different ways to explain this one away. But Chris Evans is pretty much going to be Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and nothing fucking else, okay? He's going to be like Daniel Radcliffe is always going to be Harry Potter, okay? Mark Hamill, which maybe that's what he was trying to go for, okay? Trying to transition from Luke Skywalker into being an incredibly successful voice actor. He just couldn't pull it off, okay? They both got the same type of shit fucking politics and a terrible disposition on anybody that they don't agree with. So, I don't know, man. Maybe you can come back and play some fucking withered husk of Captain America, okay? You can just continue to fucking bend the knee to new black Captain America. Congratulations. There you go. Now you can have your career set up, you fucking loser. But case in point, why was there... I'm just trying to figure out why this failed so much. It really shouldn't have, okay? Like, if it would have just broken even, you could understand that. You'd start to realize that maybe the wheels are starting to fall off, okay? Maybe the glitz and the glamour of something just having that Disney logo on it no longer means that it's going to be a success just right off the bat. We kind of seen that, but there were easily explainable things, okay, with like Black Widow, Shang-Chi, a couple of the other films that came out just after the pandemic and everything was starting to open up again. They were trying different ways of releasing media back into the cinema and then also on D+, and then none of that really worked, but it kind of looks like everything's just starting to go once again, like the multiverse of Doctor Strange 2 was really good, and then just don't look at the second or third, fourth weeks. Did it even stay in cinemas that long to reach the fourth week? Don't really fucking know, okay? But everything's starting to rebound. And this came out, and it didn't. So maybe Disney's gonna start to pay attention. I highly fucking doubt it. Okay, it really just looks like they're kind of doubling down on the shit that doesn't work for them. But hey, you know what I'll be doing in the background? Just cheering this shit on. Mostly because at this point, I just want to accelerate all of this nonsense so we can just get to something good. Okay, because people out there at the periphery, they're doing some good stuff. Okay, and as soon as mainstream starts to fucking implode in itself, maybe some more eyes will start to go off in different places. Okay, the good and the bad with that. But as of right now, if we just maintain the status quo from these big studios, it's not going to be good for a very long time. And with the economic recession that's here, it's just going to be the same tired concepts just recycled over and over again. Shit that's going to make easy fucking money with zero innovation up there. So if this just craters and plunges, wonderful, terrific. Okay, if this is the beginning of that train where everything just flies off the fucking edge, terrific. Back to basics. Like mid-90s and prior basics. Maybe that was the last time that you were like innovative. Okay, there was the Disney Renaissance that happened in the late 80s all the way up until, when was the end of that? Like Hercules or Mulan somewhere. I think Mulan kind of marks the end of it, which was still a good film. Okay, that was getting a little bit too late for me when it comes to just new Disney films. I was like, what, 7 or 8? I forget whenever the hell that came out. But yeah, no, everything in that first wave, like their biggest successes, shit that they're even going back and doing horribly with those real life, or rather live action recreations that make everybody just viscerally ill, like Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella. Like you got Snow White with some half Puerto Rican girl. That's great. Way to understand your source material. You're fucking Disney. It's Snow White, and you can't get anything right. Case in point, let's get back to this. Anyways, by the way, okay, so Lightyear star Chris Evans calls critics of Disney movies lesbian kiss idiots. They're going to die off like dinosaurs. It looks like they beat you to the punch because maybe you were referring to the audience as dinosaurs and the meteor struck before the release date. So you reap what you sow, stupid. I guess you put that out into the universe and that's what you get. Okay. Lightyear star Chris Evans calls critics of the movie's gay kiss idiots, adding those people are going to die off like dinosaurs. Yeah, people who, I don't know, just want to go and see like a cartoon space movie. Okay, something that's like, oh, Toy Story. I remember that from when I was a kid. And hey, now guess what? I can take my kids back to the cinema. Okay, then they can relive the magic like what I seen back when I was a kid watching Toy Story. That was the thought. And then you start pushing all of that weird marketing, and it's like, I'll just go take my kid to Top Gun because it's like PG-13, PG-ish. So we could see something real that isn't pushing, an agenda over, like an iconic character. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Disney Pixar's animated children, that was actually still Pixar? What's happening? Pixar, all of its like founding members, by the way, have moved on to a studio search. It's owned by Apple, so it's just basically going to be all of these big tech companies, all of these big companies now, well, just starting to own everything. Okay, it's just going to be like 6 big companies in the future. But realistically, you just kind of look at it right now, I think that there's like a dozen that own pretty much everything. Okay, at least like 80 to 90% of the market. But whatever, okay, getting a little too conspiratorial. But the Disney Pixar animated children's movie has been banned in the Middle East countries. Inshallah, my friend. Such as Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates over the scene featuring a kiss between 2 female characters. Yes, Saudi Arabians, tell them to die off like dinosaurs, and they're like, that'd be great, then we can drill for some new oil. Real truth is, those people are idiots, Evans told Reuters. Oh, God, you don't get it. This is what happens when you just live in an unchecked little bubble. You think that everybody thinks like you, and that it's a minority position out there to think that anything that I don't think is wrong and nobody else thinks that way. Okay, it's just like 9, 10, maybe 10% of people think like that. They just got all of these outdated ideas. Me and my friends and all my reporters and everybody else in Hollywood, we all think like this, or at least pay lip service to it. Okay, like Evans is a true believer in this progressive nonsense. He probably has a bunch of yes men that are around him just trying to leech off his waning success, but he thinks, okay, that everybody else thinks like him. And it's just, yeah, a couple of outdated people off to the sides, okay? Yeah, we're just moving forward. Everybody just get the fuck out of the way, okay? But not realizing that, yeah, there's more to life than just New York and Los Angeles. And you just found that out the hard way because, boy, you've been awfully quiet on Twitter lately. Who's the real dinosaur now? Anyways, but there's always going to be people who are afraid and unaware and trying to hold on to what was before. What do you even mean? Okay, but those people die off like dinosaurs. I think the goal is to pay them no mind. March forward and embrace the growth that makes us human. Yes, the great leap forward, my friend. Yes, saddle up, comrades. We're going to the cinema. Why is my buggy so empty? Evans went on to say, every time there's a social advancement as we wake up, the American story, the human story, is one of constant social awakening and growth, and that's what makes us good. Yes, progress makes us good. That's why so many progressives are just yelling the N-word so hard at Clarence Thomas for just having the wrong opinion. You're one of the good people, right, Chris? Ugh. The actor's comments come after Lightyear was banned in several Middle Eastern countries where homosexuality is illegal. Great. That's alright. If Buzz Lightyear was, of that persuasion, don't worry about it, okay? He at least has wings that would pop off, where, you know what, hey, if he was thrown off one of the roofs of the buildings right there, he could fall with style. Earlier this week, we're talking, when was this article originally posted? Yeah, June 15th, okay? So all of this was in anticipation, okay? Chris Evans wanted to be on the right side of history when it came to the release here, so he made all of those statements beforehand. And then, okay, so earlier this week, going back in time a little bit, cast your minds back, okay? Actress Patricia Heaton blasted Disney Pixar over its decision to replace actor Tim Allen with actor Chris Evans in Lightyear, asking, why would they completely castrate the Buzz Lightyear character? Yeah, no, exactly. I seen this standalone film and I thought, oh, cool, looks like Disney's casting Tim Allen again. I know he doesn't have, his politics don't quite line up with Disney, and yeah, no, Buzz Lightyear story, that would be pretty cool, because they just kind of, like, I seen a review of Toy Story 4, so they just kind of wrapped up everything kind of stupidly and retardedly when it came to Woody. So you know what, hey, that's fine. You want to continue a story, you want to tell a different story with Buzz Lightyear, ripe fucking content, dude. So yeah, no, go do that, and that would be great. Tim Allen, you know, it is not a part of it. What the fuck? Is he dead? Did he die? What the fuck happened? No, he's still alive and well, okay? And he gave his thoughts on the underwhelming performance and the unmitigated fucking disaster that is Lightyear, okay? If he would have been there, okay, it's not like his voice is shot or anything. He still sounds as good as ever, okay? The man, unlike Chris Evans, unless I'm completely detached from this, okay? I could be completely missing the point. Maybe Chris Evans, okay, like, I seen him, I can visualize his face, I can hear his voice in my head. It doesn't sound any different than literally like 5 or 6 other people in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As with Tim Allen, and maybe it's because of the time that I grew up with, like Home Improvement, okay, the Santa Claus, Toy Story itself, like, I don't know, all of the stuff that he was doing. It's like Tim Allen has a voice actor's voice, and he loves the character of Buzz Lightyear, mostly because it probably paid him incredibly well for a very long time. So it just made no sense other than just a purely political move. Let's just call it what it is. That's what it was. It's not like he was unwell to do it. Not like he wouldn't have done it. Okay, they just, we'll call you. Don't call us. We'll call you. Okay, that's what they did with him. And it's like, no, he's Buzz Lightyear, just like Tom Hanks is Woody. Okay, you wouldn't do that, and they especially wouldn't do that for Woody, given some of the underlying proclivities of Tom Hanks. But whatever, regardless, that's not about dunking on him right now. We have another soy boy beta cuck to fucking step on for a moment. But instead of me meandering on, let's see what Tim Allen had to say about that. He slams Disney's Lightyear after being replaced by Chris Evans. Why? Why exactly? Okay, so Tim Allen slammed Disney's box office bomb Lightyear after he was replaced with actor Chris Evans. It has no relationship to Buzz, Allen said. Okay, no relationship, or just Buzz in general. Okay, Allen said the Disney Pixar film ended up flopping in its opening weekend. Hard fucking hard, buddy. I've stayed out of this. Alan, who previously voiced Buzz in all 4 original Toy Story films, and I'm pretty sure they used his voice clips in, I can especially remember the Super Nintendo game. Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis? I can't remember which one I played. Probably the Super Nintendo, using his little compressed voice clips. Okay, but again, like, I could be too close to Tim Allen being Buzz Lightyear, but I don't think I'm wrong. Could be, but, you know, whatever. Okay, we talked about this many years ago, but the brass that did the first 4 movies is not this. It's a whole new team that really had nothing to do with the first movies. Yeah, but it's all written down, Tim, and I understand what you're trying to do here. You're just trying to take the other side of this argument, but good on you, okay? Alan went on to say there really is no Toy Story Buzz without Woody. Yeah, no, fair enough. Referring to how there's no Woody character in the 2022 Lightyear film. Like, not even a key jangling situation where it's like, oh, they're going to team up in the next one. Well, it's probably not going to be the next one. So I'm not sure what the idea. I'm not a plot guy. Seem to be a big adventure story. And I see it's not a big adventure story. Yeah, no, exactly. This was... At least that was my interpretation of what it was supposed to be. Just looking at... how some other people reviewed it, what the plot summary was supposed to be. Andy wanted, in the original Toy Story film, Andy wanted the Buzz Lightyear doll based on a movie that he's seen, okay? And this movie, this Lightyear movie, was supposed to be that movie. And if it's not a big over-the-top action scene, well, why would a kid, a grade school kid, like a grade 1, 2, 3, somebody who Disney would want proselytized with the sermon of the LGBT, okay? They would want that, but that shit wasn't happening back in the 90s. He would want a doll from a film that's just talking and feelings. Doesn't really line up here, so I guess they just replaced all of the old Pixar staff with blithering fucking idiots or gender studies degree holders. It's a wonderful story. It just doesn't seem to have any connection to the toy. It has no relationship to Buzz. Not everyone agreed with the film's casting, such as actress Patricia Heaton, who blasted Disney Pixar. We already talked about that. Some Toy Story fans speculated whether Alan was replaced with Evans due to his conservative beliefs. Well, if everything's all the same, and it's not like he wasn't booked with anything, he has to think. You got to be real careful around here. You get beat up if you don't believe what everybody believes, Alan said in 2017 about being a conservative in Hollywood. I think that was on the Piers Morgan show, or it was something like that. It was a pretty high-profile talk show that he said that. As for Lightyear, the film flopped during the first opening weekend in theaters, taking a record dive at the box office. I don't know if they'd have like a record drop-off for week number 2, and again, I don't know any of the numbers that are out right now, but Christ almighty, if it's already fucking terrible, how much farther could it drop? Like, does nobody show up? Does it do like some of those other woke films that are out there and sell like $1,200 worth of tickets? Like, this is going to be an all-timer flop, okay? People decades from now are going to say, okay, if they're still making Toy Story films, which whatever the bastardized zombie corpse of whatever the fuck is going to be remaining of Mickey Mouse, you know, just some skin suit that some fucking blue-haired gender creeps are wearing, okay? And there's marching about the theme parks, okay? Trying to get everybody excited about what the fuck they got strapped to the front of Goofy, and we're not talking about his nose. You're going to bring up the word Lightyear, and people are just going to go, oh, God, kind of avert their eyes. Kind of like what Ghostbusters is doing with the 2016 fucking abomination, okay? Whenever they release, like I think they did that with the home video release of, I think it's called Afterlife or something like that. It just had the first 2 Ghostbuster films, kind of skipped right over 2016, okay? And then had the new one in there, because it had the son of Harold Ramis. I think he was the one who was doing all the directing and casting and all that shit, okay? Slapped all of those together and then just kind of leaves 2016, which is called, I forget what the fucking byline on that one is called. The less anybody thinks about that one, the better. But that's what Lightyear is going to be associated with, okay? The one film where we don't really talk about it, okay? And you should probably look at the Toy Story 4 in the same light. But even still, Will Disney learn from this? Yeah, no, probably not. Okay, does it have anything really to do outside of not being shown in some Islamic countries for very based reasons? But is that really the central problem with this? If it was just a short little scene, okay, like what we're seeing, like I seen that screenshot a lot, and it's like, okay, cool. So there's gays in space, wonderful, terrific, okay, fantastic. If it was just a little aside, okay, she's kissing her wife before they go off on a space adventure. Cool, wonderful, fantastic. Don't really care about that. If it's tertiary to the character itself, who gives a fuck? Okay, I'm of that opinion. I could give a fuck what the fuck is going on there. But when it comes to the actor preemptively lashing out against the presumed audience, okay, with a history of just having some of the dumbest fucking takes on record, yeah, no, okay. Maybe that's what Disney will learn on this one. Maybe just the people that are under contract, stop fucking posting dumb shit on social media. Stop saying shitty things to fucking reporters and interviews, okay? The less you say about that stuff, maybe the better we can do, okay? If you want to try to start pushing more subversive messaging in your fucking products, not like I'm advocating for this, don't get it fucking twisted. But maybe try to hold off a little bit, maybe try to pull the reins back on that type of stuff. But I don't know, hopefully this is just signals the end of Chris Evans's career because, well, I am not the biggest fan. But then this also speaks to another thing that I've been thinking about for a very long time, and something I talk about whenever we do these Hollywood pop culture type videos. Hollywood has a big fucking problem with up and coming movie stars. The current crop of youngins that are out there have the charisma of a mid-card WWE worker. Like, they are interchangeable. If you told me that's Chris Evans or if that's Jax Dane, I wouldn't be able to tell you the fucking difference, okay? There's nothing there. These are people that you just plug in and pay a bunch of fucking money to just go away at the end of the day. You know Tim Allen's name. You know his resume, okay? I say it about Johnny Depp all the time, okay? Johnny Depp's a movie star. Tom Cruise is a movie star. Clint Eastwood is a movie star. Mark Ruffalo's a spurg on Twitter, okay? He's been around, but I don't know Mark Ruffalo movies, okay? I'll just look at my movie cabinet over there, okay? So you got, what, Fast and the Furious movies, okay? Vin Diesel. That's what you know him from, okay? Or maybe Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick. Terrific, wonderful, fantastic. They're not making another Chronicles of Riddick. I will fucking well guarantee it, okay? The rest of it, though, it's just older cats, like what, Jamie Foxx, Bruce Willis just retired. Like, who are the young up-and-comers, okay? Jason Momoa, the motherfucker's in his 40s, okay? And he's been famous for a long time. Hollywood's got a problem. I think it also speaks to the fact that there's a homogeneity of ideas that are there, and if you don't comply with that, well, guess what? You're out. And you know what? All of the best ideas, all the most eclectic personalities are just an amalgamation of a bunch of different overarching thoughts and perception. But when you just get this ball of correct opinions that everybody must accept and bow down to and worship, that's when you just get this malaise of individuals. Nobody that just rises above, okay? And if anybody speaks out, like Tim Allen was saying back in 2017, the highest blade of grass is the one that gets chopped off. So everybody just tries to keep their head down. And unfortunately, with the economic collapse that is imminent at this point, we're in a fucking recession at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Hollywood's not going to be taking a lot of risks right now. Unless, of course, we perpetuate this acceleration where everything just fucking drops off and dies, and that the different indie creators that are out there have an opportunity to do something of their own accord, funded by their own fans that they don't actively hate. Maybe we'll get something that rises out of the ash there. I hear conflicting things about what Daily Wire does with Gina Carano, who, nice lady, I'm sure she's a wonderful person, but hey, Godspeed, at least they're fucking trying something different. More people need to do it. More talented people than, I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. But anyway, still, there is a lot of talent in Hollywood. Just nobody's allowed to really shine, okay? You get assigned a role, you play that role. Hopefully you can parlay that into something. Chris Evans is just the epitome of that. He was given Captain America. Captain fucking America. And what did he do with it out the gates after that was all done? Oh, fuck, it just dropped my career and it was like a pizza stone on a fucking driveway. It just shattered into 100,000 different fucking pieces. So couldn't happen to a nicer guy. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.